Some of these scapes are ready to come off, so that's what we're gonna do today. And that's what the garlic is looking like. There was one in here. The first one I picked was, it's a pretty good sized one. Now I'll bring them in and show you how I preserve them. Hey friends, it's Crystal. It is July. No, it's not July. It's June 15th, 2023, and I've been working in the garden today. My garlic, it needs some help. We started our garlic back in November of last year from garlic that we grew ourselves. This is all hardneck garlic, so they grow scapes. The Music and Chesnok Red Garlic we've been growing for a few years. I think it was originally from Burpee in 2020. The Italy Hill garlic is another variety we're growing. Those garlic cloves came from Fruition seeds. We started those in the fall time of 2021 and harvested them last July. And so all of this is from homegrown garlic here. And we also have shallots, the Dutch red shallots from Fruition seeds that we're growing, and then some onions. The garlic's just looking really sad, and I know it's because of lack of rain. I think last year I might have had a sprinkler here in the middle just to water them periodically because we were in such a drought last year. I've been really focused on our sunflowers over there, and that's where the sprinkler is. I think I need to get another sprinkler maybe in the fall time when they go on clearance for over here. The Chesnok Red Garlic we've grown every year for the past few years. It sprouts early and then it just kind of falls over. Some of them grow scapes and are staying upright, so I'm not going to touch those, except I am going to cut the scapes off today. And then these other ones, they don't grow scapes, and then they just fall over. So I'm gonna pull them out. There's no point in leaving them in the ground. They're not gonna grow anymore once they fall over like that. I just fertilized these last week or so. I fertilized them with a fish fertilizer, and same thing with the shallots and the onions. I trimmed back the shallots and then watered them with a water-soluble fish fertilizer. Some of these scapes are ready to come off, so that's what we're going to do today. But the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and rip out this Chesnok Red Garlic over here that's fallen over. So some of these that haven't really fallen over too much, I'm just gonna leave. That looks a little better. That's what we got there. I usually like to wait until they are pretty much like a pretzel. So this is a good example. Ideally, I would fertilize them after I cut the scapes and give them a good watering, but I already did that last week. But I have clean kitchen scissors. I'm going to follow it down to this part. Now, I've seen where people can actually just pull this out, the whole thing, and I just don't trust myself not to pull out the entire bulb. So I just do a clean cut here like that, and that's it. By cutting the scapes, we're going to allow the plant to focus its energy on the bulb instead of the flower. God, I can't believe we're already here. I feel like I just did this. To miss some. Yeah, I see some in there that I missed, but those are really small. I think I'm just gonna leave those for now. Water the bed in pretty good. We are supposed to be getting rain, I think. I don't know. They keep saying things happen, then they don't happen. Like we were supposed to get thunderstorms yesterday. We didn't. We got a little rain, not a lot. I already fertilized them last week, so there's one that I missed. I have to come back and get it. I left some of those smaller ones on, some of them, and I'll clip them off later, maybe after a couple weeks. see if they need it. And that's what the garlic is looking like. There was one in here. The first one I picked it's a pretty good sized one, but these other ones here, they're pretty standard for what I get for Chesnok Red. Now I'll bring them in and show you how I preserve them. I might not get to it till tomorrow. I ended up storing the Scapes in my fridge over the weekend, and then on Monday I went ahead and used some in our dinner, froze some of them, and stored the rest back in our fridge to use fresh. The first thing I do is cut them up into manageable pieces. We don't eat the flower part, and I cut off the dry end. Then I wash them and cut them up into tiny pieces using a sharp knife. I lay them out on a piece of parchment in one even layer, stick them in the freezer for about an hour or so that they freeze separately and don't stick together in the bag, and then I move them into a freezer bag. You can double bag it if you're worried about the garlic smell escaping into the freezer. So yeah, that's how we preserve the garlic scapes really quickly. I know you can make garlic scape pesto, and there's all kinds of recipes that are already out there, but that's just how we quickly do it. That'll do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye!